Hey everybody, this is Andrew and welcome to episode 1 of the Jaguar podcast. In this episode, we'll be doing a quick recap of the Jacksonville Jaguars 2018 season. So the Jacksonville Jaguars went 5-11 and it was pretty much a dumpster fire season. We managed to pull off 5 wins against the Giants, the Patriots, the Jets, the Colts, and then the Miami Dolphins. So really was a season that was plagued by injuries. We lost a lot of our key offensive personnel. We lost Leonard Fournette for about half of the season, our star running back, to a hamstring injury. And then we lost Marquise Lee in our preseason. He blew out his ACL, and I believe it was the game against the Atlanta Falcons. So we lost one of our key wide receivers. And then throughout the season, we lost a lot of offensive linemen. We lost Andrew Norwell. We lost Cam Robinson. And I believe we lost Austin Seferian-Jenkins, our tight end, Corey Grant, our second running back. So it was just a disaster from the injury front. I've never seen anything like this. Blake Bortles, our quarterback, really didn't have a lot of weapons to work with. So a lot of the times, he was on his back. He was getting sacked or he was being pressured to where he was throwing interceptions. So I really feel bad for Blake because I feel like he got a real raw deal, and I think he took a lot of heat when he really just didn't have a lot to work with. So let's go through some of the wins here. The Jaguars, they won their opener against the Giants. That was a pretty dirty game. Not much offense to speak of, but the Jaguars ended up winning the game with a fumble recovery when they punted the ball. The Giants receiver fumbled the ball, and then Jacksonville recovered. We won the game. Then our next game against the Patriots was a blowout. We crushed the Patriots, and everybody thought that the Jaguars were going to be the next Super Bowl contender. Blake Bortles had an amazing game, threw a bunch of touchdown passes, and even with Leonard Fournette, we thought that we were going to be a contender, but then that all changed when we faced the Kansas City Chiefs the next week. We got blown out, and kind of wrapped the season up with a few more wins against Miami, against the Jets, and then a real close win against the Colts. So real disappointing season this year. I think the defense also regressed as well. I didn't see a lot of great plays from our linebacking core. A few nice interceptions from Telvin Smith and some decent play from him. But in the games that really counted, like Myles Jack, for an example, against the Pittsburgh game, being able to go in and make those key plays and those key tackles, on a 4th and 1 where Roethlisberger ran in for a touchdown. Myles Jack has to make that tackle. I mean, it's just, as a linebacker, you have to make those plays. And I feel like we just weren't making those plays at the key times or where we needed them, where we needed the key stops. So it was disappointing. I mean, and I think the run support from our linebacking core has not been very good. An example of that would have been the play from the defense and the linebackers against the Tennessee Titans. The second game that we played against them, in Tennessee was just a total dumpster fire. People missing tackles left and right, and it was just a disaster. So I think we really regressed as a defense, and I'm hoping to see some better play next season for our 2019 season. We had some, nice pickups in our draft, which I'll elaborate a little bit more on in our next couple episodes. But just wanted to go through the season recap here. I really think that the offense will be in much better shape this year with our acquisition of Nick Foles. I think that Nick really knows how to win. And, not saying that Blake didn't know how to win, Blake Bortles, but I think he just really knows how to win when he needs to in tough situations. He's a clutch quarterback. He played exceptionally well against the Patriots in the Super Bowl, ended up coming away with the Super Bowl ring. And I think he's going to be a playmaker for the Jaguars as well. What I'm really concerned about is whether he's going to have enough weapons around him. And I'm talking about specifically the wide receiver core. I think we're a little weak there. I think our strongest wide receiver right now would be D.D. Westbrook. But Marquise Lee will be returning next season coming off a knee injury. So it will be very interesting to see what happens with our wide receiving core. But we have Nick Foles now. I'm really excited about that and really looking forward to the upcoming season. So just wanted to go through a little bit of the season recap here. Disappointing one, 5-11, and hoping to see some improvements next season. So stay tuned for the next episode, and thanks for listening.